We had received our assignments in November, and my language training was to start in January of 1968. And so we were given a 1-month detail to do some work in the State Department. I don't remember exactly even what it was anymore, but we were just spending time. I went home to visit with my family. We're now living in New York. Spend some time with them, and then back to Washington to begin Vietnamese language training. The State Department classifies languages as to hard languages, and Vietnamese was like Chinese, Japanese, Arabic. It's a tonal language. So if you say a word with a high rising tone, or if you say it with a low falling tone, it means something completely different. Training consisted of 6 hours a day, 4, 5 of us sitting in a room around a table with a language tutor, most of them being Vietnamese women who were there, and they would say sentences and you were to repeat them back to them, learning how to do it. The common refrain was, are you good at singing? Because if you had a good ear and you could pick up the tones, you could mimic what they said. Well, when I was in 5th grade in Catholic school in La Crosse, Wisconsin, during music class, the nun who was teaching the class took me out and sent me to the back of the room to sit with a German immigrant boy named Willie Hausler. And Willie and I were to color so that our discordant voices would not detract from everyone else's singing. I'm still scarred to this day, as you can tell, by this experience in 5th grade. But I couldn't hear the tones, and I was having a terrible, terrible time. We were given a tape recorder to take back to our apartment or home at night, and you could practice. And no matter how hard I tried, I just had a miserable, miserable experience. So when you're used to having great success in intellectual activities and working towards a PhD, to every day, hour after hour, have the tutors who were working with us, in fact, laughing at how badly we were mangling the language, particularly how bad I was mangling the language. It was a painful, painful experience. And I wondered how long it would take me to get through it, and would I be able to even make it to the end. And I wasn't the only one. Several others were having difficulty with it. But at the same time this was going on, I was trying to study for my PhD comprehensive exams, which were going to come up to keep. I thought, well, no point in throwing away all my effort towards a PhD. And things started to take a very different turn in January of 1968 with the Tet Offensive, which began on January 31st.